In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use the periodic table. The periodic table tells us a lot of information about each element and their properties. Let's look at the key on the periodic table. First, we have the atomic number, which is the number right on the very top. Now, this atomic number tells us about the number of protons. Then we have the element symbol. Right below it, we have the element name. So the symbol represents the name. And then lastly, we have the average atomic mass. Now, this term average is referring to the average mass of all the isotopes. And we are going to learn about that later. But now let's look at the whole entire periodic table. If we look at the periodic table, there are groups A and group B. The A groups represent the main groups on the periodic table, also known as representative groups. And then the B group represent the transition element. In this lesson, we are going to focus on the main groups, or the representative groups, because each one of them has a very unique chemical properties as well as physical properties. First of all, let's look at group 1A. Group 1A is considered as an alkali metal. So group 1A is alkali metals. Then group 2A is considered as an alkaline earth metal. So again, 1A is alkali, 2A is alkaline earth metals. Then going all the way to 7A, we have another important main group that has a unique chemical properties, and the main group 7A is known as the halogens. And lastly, we have group 8A. This is considered as the noble gases. And notice how we did not go over the names of group 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, because in chemistry, we mainly focus on the alkali, alkaline earth, halogens, and noble gas. Now let's look at the periods on the periodic table. Well, these numbers right here, they are considered as the periods on the periodic table. So periods. So first period, second period, third period, and so on. Now, why is this so important? Because first of all, we have groups, and then we have the periods. Well, the periods is extremely important because later on you are going to learn about something called energy level. And the energy level are basically identified by the periods number. So let's do some practice problem together. The element hydrogen is in period. Well, let's look at hydrogen. Hydrogen's right here is in period number 1 and group 1A. So that's pretty easy. Period number 1 and group 1A. Now let's look at the element carbon. Is represented by the symbols. Well, let's go back and look at carbon. Carbon's right here. We have atomic number 6. The symbol is C. And then the average atomic mass is 12.01. So the symbol is C. And it has a atomic number of what? Well, we just learned that it is 6. And then how many protons does it have? Well, if the atomic number is 6, the proton is also 6 as well. And the average atomic mass, if I remember correctly, is 12.01. So we have 12.01 AMU. Isn't that easy? So that's how you use a periodic table to get information about each element. Let's look at BE. What does BE stand for? Well, first of all, let's look at BE. BE right here is beryllium. So we look at this, beryllium, okay? And BE is in group 2A, so it's an alkaline earth metals, okay? And it has atomic number of 4. So let's see if you can remember all those information. You don't. You can always go back and look at your periodic table. Well, Be is we just learned that it is an alkaline earth, okay? And it is what? It is a group 2A, so it is a representative element. And what period is it in? And we remember correctly is in this period right here, number 2. So it's the second period, period number 2. So that is how you use the periodic table and look at the organization of the periodic table to learn about the characteristic of each element. And later on, we are going to use this characteristic to understand how they interact with each other.